Your thoughts on Tank Davis?
Man, he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He surprised me a couple of times. We've had some word exchanges.
Yes.
What you think of former athletes and celebrities like Jake Paul taking up boxing? You think that grows the sport?
If he's doing it for the right reason, actually want to do it because of just like actually want to box, it's cool. But if he's doing it for like the wrong reason, just to get the hype and stuff like that, I feel as though it's trash.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down. Let's run it. Like, I'd be super down.
Jake Paul hit back at Gervonta Tank Davis's recent fight challenge with his signature mix of humor and sarcasm. Davis, a 5'5" lightweight champion, called out the 6'1" Paul for a match. Jake joked on Twitter, "Is there a height limit in boxing?" highlighting their size difference. He then took a sharper jab, calling Davis Floyd's little son and mocking him for dismissing female boxing stars Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Paul added, "Do better, and maybe one day I'll let you shine again." After that low-budget press conference you just had, his response sparked controversy on the policy events. The star of this man who represents fighters, a leading ex-Supreme Court justice, states that he did not press charges, blending confidence with a pointed critique of Davis's recent actions and ties to Floyd Mayweather. Davis still lingers in Mayweather's shadow, and Jake Paul made sure to highlight it. He took a shot at Davis for acting unaware of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, two icons in women's boxing, criticizing him for downplaying their achievements. This jab aligns with Paul's ongoing efforts to promote Serrano, emphasizing his dual identity as both a fighter and a promoter. Paul also mocked Davis's promotional skills, calling his recent press conference dull compared to Paul's flashy, high-profile events. By doing so, Paul painted himself as more than just a boxer. He positioned himself as a marketing powerhouse who can elevate his opponents to fame. The tweet showcases Paul's strategy of merging combat sports with entertainment to dominate the spotlight. Jake Paul's sharp response not only provoked Gervonta Davis, but also revealed his calculated strategy to build hype and dominate the media narrative. This back and forth has intensified their feud, fueling speculation about a potential fight that could captivate the boxing world. However, significant hurdles, such as their weight class differences and conflicting promotional interests, would need to be addressed for the match to happen. Meanwhile, Davis recently dismissed Paul's boxing career as a publicity stunt rather than a genuine pursuit of the sport. In an interview, Davis criticized Paul's transition from YouTuber to professional boxer, suggesting it was just a gimmick for attention, claiming, "People like Paul turn to boxing when they get bored with their old careers." Gervonta Davis didn't mince words when critiquing Jake Paul's foray into boxing, accusing him of using the sport as a platform to stay relevant. "Boxing isn't something you just pick up because you're bored," Davis said. "It's a craft, a lifestyle, and it takes years of dedication. What he's doing is just for show." Davis went on to slam Paul's boxing skills, calling them trash, and argued that Paul cares more about the spectacle than the substance of the sport. The lightweight champion stressed that boxing demands respect, something he believes Paul has yet to earn, despite his ability to draw massive audiences. "He's not in it for the love of the sport," Davis added. "He's just playing around for views, and honestly, it's disrespectful to those of us who live and breathe this." Davis's criticism echoes the views of traditional boxing purists who see Jake Paul as an outsider capitalizing on his social media fame rather than earning his place through the demanding ranks of professional boxing. However, Paul's recent high-profile bouts, including a headline-grabbing exhibition victory over Mike Tyson, have sparked debates about whether he's elevating or undermining the sport. Davis's harsh remarks set the stage for what could become a fiery rivalry if the two ever step into the ring. While Paul remains a polarizing figure, his knack for dominating the spotlight ensures that his exchanges with stars like Davis keep boxing at the forefront of mainstream discussions.
Think of former athletes and celebrities like Jake Paul taking up boxing. You think that grows the sport?
If he's doing it for the right reason, actually want to do it because of just like actually want to box, it's cool. But if he's doing it for like the wrong reason, just to get the hype and stuff like that, I feel as though it's trash. Sometimes people get bored at what they doing, and they want to try other stuff. Got to be mentally tough to be able to box. So that's why I don't take that away from some fighters or some people that want to jump into the sport. So just show how tough you are. That's how it should be.
For sure. That's all I got. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Jake Paul recently shared his thoughts on Gervonta Davis, expressing mixed feelings about their ongoing verbal feud. Reflecting on their dynamic, Paul admitted, "Tank surprises me sometimes," referencing past heated exchanges on social media and in interviews. Paul believes these clashes stem from Davis initially dismissing his presence in boxing. "I've just been showing him and everyone else that I'm not going anywhere," Paul said. While Paul acknowledged Davis's talent, he questioned the motivation behind the constant verbal jabs. "I think part of him sees what I've built, and maybe it bugs him. Not everyone likes how I've disrupted the scene," he added. Despite the tension, Paul pointed out that their back and forth generates attention that could benefit both fighters if a bout were ever arranged. Paul's remarks suggest he's open to continuing their rivalry, viewing it as fuel for a potential mega fight that would captivate fans of both traditional and influencer-driven boxing. The interplay between Paul's outspoken persona and Davis's sharp critiques keeps their feud in the spotlight, building anticipation for what could be a blockbuster clash in the future.
Your thoughts on Tank Davis?
Man, he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He's surprised me a couple of times. We've had some word exchanges.
Yes.
But it's all for fun. I hope this fight with Ryan Garcia happens.
Who you leaning on?
It's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. You know, Gervonta hasn't shown the ability to win a lot of rounds against taller fighters, and then he relies on the knockout in the later rounds.
Following Jake Paul's headline-grabbing exhibition match against Mike Tyson, Gervonta Davis, the undefeated lightweight champion with a 30-0 record, called out the YouTuber-turned-boxer for a fight. Taking to social media, Davis mocked Paul's boxing skills and expressed his readiness to face him in the ring. Davis's challenge came in the wake of Paul's victory over Tyson, a bout that garnered massive media attention but also faced criticism for being more entertainment than sport. In his call-out, Davis referred to Paul as a bozo and ridiculed him for failing to knock out the 58-year-old Tyson despite securing a unanimous decision win. The exchange has added fuel to the growing tension between the two fighters, raising the possibility of a future clash that would undoubtedly attract widespread attention. The rivalry between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis heated up further after Davis declared, "I'm going to beat the brakes off Jake when I catch him," making it clear he's eager to settle their differences in the ring. Paul, now 11-1 in his boxing career, responded confidently, expressing openness to the fight while acknowledging the logistical challenges posed by their significant size difference. Paul, who competes at a much heavier weight, often uses his media-savvy persona to hype potential high-profile matchups like this one. Davis's call-out has fueled speculation about the increasing crossover between traditional boxing and celebrity-driven events, a trend Paul has led. While weight class disparities and promotional hurdles make the fight uncertain, the verbal exchanges between Paul and Davis have kept both fighters in the spotlight. Their feud highlights the ongoing debate about boxing's evolution, where traditionalists often clash with advocates of the sport's mainstream reinvention.
You were an interested observer on the Netflix event, Paul versus Tyson.
Why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Is Jake Paul someone you'd want to take on at one point?
Yeah. Tell him, this is my call out. Jake Paul, what up? What up, Jake Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
During a press conference after his fight with Mike Tyson, Jake Paul addressed Gervonta Davis's challenge with his signature mix of confidence and humor. "I'd be down, let's run it," Paul said, before joking about their size difference by asking, "Is there a height limit in boxing?" A playful jab at his 6'1" stature compared to Davis's 5'5". Paul's manager, Nikisa Bidarian, added fuel to the fire, claiming Gervonta needs Jake Paul. This comment emphasized Paul's massive media influence and his knack for drawing attention to any fight he's involved in. Bidarian's remark also suggested that, despite Davis's undefeated status as a world champion, a bout with Paul would boost Davis's visibility. underscoring Paul's role in reshaping the boxing landscape. The interaction between Jake Paul and Gervonta "Tank" Davis highlights the growing trend of boxing crossovers, where traditional fighters engage with personalities from outside the sport, blending athleticism with entertainment. Paul's remarks, along with Nikisa Badarian's comments, emphasize their confidence in dominating the promotional side of any potential fight. While the call-out has sparked significant buzz, the major weight and size differences between Paul and Davis present obstacles to making the fight a reality. Paul fights in a much heavier weight class, while Davis is a lightweight champion, so terms like a catchweight would need to be negotiated. Paul's humorous yet strategic response underscores his approach to boxing, where he uses his platform to create attention and stir controversy. The ongoing exchange with Davis continues to fuel public interest, keeping the possibility of a showdown in the spotlight, while sparking debates about the evolving landscape of boxing promotions.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
Stay tuned to Knockout News for the latest updates on this explosive rematch.